Over the past few months, our country has had to endure a lot of storms. COVID-19, civil disturbances, racial unrest. But in all that, there's a silver lining. I'm Attorney Stuart Samwise, and I'm here to tell you that, especially with regard to COVID-19, there is a silver lining. You know, a lot of people were in a lot of debt before the pandemic started. As a matter of fact, articles back in January and February said that Americans were at an all-time debt, $10,000, $15,000 per household. And a lot of this people were unable to pay back. The problem was they couldn't discharge it in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy because they earned too much money. I had my own client, to protect their identity, we'll call them Patricia. And Patricia was in a situation where she simply made too much money. She didn't qualify for what's called the means test. Now, the means test was established by Congress back in 2005 as a way of preventing people from abusing the bankruptcy system by you had to pass what's called a means test. Basically, it's if you can afford to pay your creditors, then Congress didn't want you to get a discharge on your debt. And the way the means test works is that you take your average income over the past 6 months and then divide it by 6 to get your average monthly income. Compare it to the median income, the average income that people in your state are earning. And if you're below that amount, well, then you can get you qualify for a Chapter 7 discharge. What was happening to Patricia and a lot of other people is that they made too much money. They didn't pass the means test. But the means test is based on actual income earned. Special things like pandemic unemployment is not included in the means test. So for people who are laid off because of COVID-19, they now may qualify for Chapter 7 that they wouldn't have qualified for before the pandemic. And it's especially relevant now because you use the past 6 months, the 6 calendar months, meaning if you file a bankruptcy case in July, you use January through June. If you file in August, it's from February through July. And if you file in September, it's from March to August. And when people were unemployed for 2 or 3 months at a time, sometimes more, sometimes less, that will help lower their average income so that people who did not qualify for the means test previously may be able to qualify now. If you got any questions about the means test or how to get out of debt and whether you qualify for a Chapter 7, please feel free to give me a call or send me an email and I'll be glad to help you out.